A 30-year career has come to an end, but Meiko Satomura received the love of everyone. Aja Kong, Kairi Sane. So Meiko Satomura, the original final boss, you know, she gets her flowers. I believe she's signed with WWE still, perhaps. Like, I'm sure she still works with them to some degree. But, yeah, at Korakuen Hall, it was a bunch of legends gave her flowers, and she had her last match. I think it was a tag match. I think Aja Kong was in it.
WWE のカイリー・セインです。里村さん、大好きです。心から感謝を込めてありがとうございました。
私はこれまで里村さんと何度も戦う中で、その度に気づきを得て、今の自分につながっています。本当にありがとうございました。
Arigato. So I don't know what they're saying, of course, but yeah, WWE Tanahashi, like everyone's sending in videos, all these legends. And yeah, the OG final boss, inspiration to a lot of female wrestlers. You know, Killer Kelly was on the show, was on PWT like a year ago or something, I want to say. And she was talking about, you know, how, like, you know, she wrestled Meiko Satomura in the Mae Young Classic and all that. And yeah, it's good stuff, man. She's a legend. So speaking of New Japan, the best of the Super Junior 32 blocks. So here's the names announced. The A block: Kushida, Master Wato, Ninja Mac, Hiromu Takahashi, Kosei Fujita, Francesco Akira, Clark Connors, Robbie X, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, Dragon Dia, and the B block is El Desperado, Ryusuke Taguchi, Yo, Kevin Knight, Titan, Robbie Eagles, Taiji Ishimori, Show, Nick Wayne is in it. Mao. So yeah, Nick Wayne getting that New Japan rub there. That's good for him to spend time in Japan. So also at Maple Leaf Pro, Speedball is going to take on Michael Oku and Gabe Kidd in a triple threat at the former Maple Leaf Gardens. Okay, it'll be on Triller TV. And yeah, keep an eye on that, man. Gabe Kidd is loved in Canada here. Maple Leaf Pro. Scott D'Amore will book him better than Tony Khan. So fucking yeah, dude. Gabe Kidd's got it. And this Michael Oku kid, I don't know. Like, he's being eyed up. He's just making big bags like everywhere else. So to him, it's like, why even sign with AEW? But I think him being in Maple Leaf Pro is indicative. And Gabe Kidd and Bailey, this is further proof. Like, this is Tony and them have like a deal. Okay, guys? So I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I promise you that's a thing. And no one cries about it. Again, sickos never keep the same energy. It's all bad when WWE and TNA do the same thing MLP and AEW are doing. It's fucking nuts, man. And it's funny because they're the Canadian territories. TNA is WWE's Canadian territory. It's a North American territory, but it's Canadian-based. MLP is AEW's Canadian territory. And then we get CMLL and AAA. And then Nuge versus Noah, or I think Nuge wants to be with WWE, or who fucking knows, but yeah, Stardom and Marigold, whatever. If you guys want to stack them up, I mean, we got some good shit going on that way if you want to look at it that way, you know. But these sicko fans, they need to reinvent who their fans are. Alvarez talked about that too. He's like, you need new fans. And it's like, yeah, the key demo is skewing older. And like, it's been 6 years, so it's going to do that. And also, I'm telling you, man, these sickos, y'all train them to be fucked to where like you can never catch a W because people are only ever going to point out the L's. You're going to have to completely reinvent this shit. Shout them out, though. Northern Rising. Make sure you guys check that shit out. Okay, pal? The story. Here's the story of the evening. Last show we talked about, and then I'm checking in with chat. Last show we talked about the third man, Jack. It's got to be Conrad Thompson. And we're here with the Chew World Order, a new podcast brought to you by Blue Chews, sponsored exclusively. And it's me and Eric and Hulk, and we talk about our sexual activities. Chat me up about having sex with Mrs. No, I'm so sorry. All respect to Mrs. B and everything. It's a bit. It's a comedy show, folks. But the third man was really, I actually think this is cool. People are like kind of shitting on this. I think this is cool because they're contributing back to what I assume is like amateur wrestling. So that's a good thing. But they announce legendary wrestling coach as their third man. Well, I'll let them do it for you, brother. It wasn't Vince, dude. People were talking about could it be Vince, and we're gonna start a Saudi promotion. Jack, here's the question of the night: would a Saudi own, like a Saudi moneyed, Saudi and Vince money with Bischoff and Hulk Hogan booked, owned, and ran and Vince? You guys get what I'm saying? All of those factored in all together. Would that outdraw AEW? Do you think they could do it? Do you think wrestlers would go work for them? Do you think they would, I would love to just know. Like, I don't want to see Vince get back in the wrestling world, but I'm just talking about how ridiculous and obscene, like Hogan, Bischoff, Vince, and the Saudis. Like, it don't get more blood moneyer than that, brother. No. But, talk about going into business for yourself. But if that happened, would they be able to book and do a better wrestling company than AEW? That's an interesting question. I would love to debate someone on this show. I don't know what I would debate. I don't know what side of that debate I'm on yet. But anyways, though, let's take a look, brother. The Chew World Order, dude.
It's time, Hulk. I double dare you. We've been telling you about our third man, and today is the day. 9-time state high school champion, the coach of 8 UFC champions. This man knows it all, has done it all, and I can't wait. We told you we were strapped. We told you we were Jack Boomba.
Dude, Hulk's hammered and having a fucking blast.
But when I said we were stacked, I mean, we're ready to roll, bro. We're backed up after backed up. Here's a couple for the weekend, brother. What do you call this thing here? The monster, the master of disaster, the man that rules the world of wrestling. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy.
You've seen what these two have done before. We got the cash, we got the talent, and we got real American freestyle wrestling.
And we got our third man, Jack. People are going to tremble. People are going to get scared because Eric knows how to beat everybody. Izzy Mania is going to run wild on the whole world.
So, dude, Izzy Martinez, I'm pretty sure he's like Coach John Jones and some of the best MMA wrestlers. And you know what I mean? Like some guys who had maybe like JUCO or like less experience, and he's turned them into he's a freestyle wrestling god, pretty much, right? So they're contributing to amateur wrestling here, which I appreciate, I'm glad. And maybe they have their own team. I really don't know. But if they're going to contribute to amateur wrestling, which, believe it or not, is not what we're seeing in AEW here, which is what many of you might call what you're saying on Dynamite here tonight, folks. But yeah, shout them out. It wasn't Conrad or Vince, Jack, unfortunately. And then so Cesar Duran, this guy was the Lucha Underground guy, and now he works in MLW. He does the Lucha Azteca shows or whatever. And he says, I gave Bischoff the boot from MLW, and he rebounded with that. Amateur hour, literally. Thank me for firing him before you pitched this in MLW. Cooked him, but obviously he's working. Amateur hour, literally. You get it? You guys get it?
You what?
So in TNA news, we have very light TNA news, guys. Very, very light TNA news. So, host of hit podcast Right Now, John Goblikon. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with John Goblikon, but if you are, this is this is pretty fucking cool. I pop for this, but he's coming to TNA. And what will happen when insurance salesman turned internet famous goblin turned lead singer of the premier goblin metal band Necra Goblikon comes to Irvine, California. So let's just watch this promo.
Say his name and he appears.
John Goblikon. Hey, it's me. And I'm here to tell you that this Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be in Irvine, California with TNA Wrestling. That's right. I mean, maybe I'll be backstage.
Goblin on D's nuts popped me so hard. Oh man. John Cock Goblin. Is that your name or is that like what you do? Oh,
Doing some bits with the wrestlers, or maybe I'll take part in my very first wrestling match. Anyways, if you're going to be in Irvine, get those tickets right now.
this guy's always in gimmick, man. Like he does his pod. He does a fucking podcast. He goes on podcasts in the gimmick. He's in a band in the gimmick. He lives it. You know what I mean? Dude really lives it. Per Puro Resu Ongaku, WWE's in-house music team, Def Rebel, has started composing entrance songs for UFC fighters. Dude. Oh, God.
Nope.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry, dude. They're going to ruin MMA. Like, part of the beauty of MMA is like Brock Lesnar coming out to enter Sandman, or the Korean Zombie coming out to Zombie, right? Like Frankie Edgar coming out to Biggie, kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Like, that's some of the best shit ever. Is some people, Mickey Gall comes out, oh, Mickey, you're so fun, right? It's some of the best shit ever, them coming out to their own mixes or songs they like. If I was going to be in a fight at the highest level, I would want to come out to a song that I liked, that got me in a certain mood. I don't know. But yeah, Def Rebel is going to go. Now, maybe we're overlooking this and we're panicking as wrestling fans. And maybe they're not going to create, because I know Dana White, as long as he's in charge, like there's not going to be Trons and all that shit. Like he just likes people walking through the tunnel, and that is the best shit for fights just in general and for sellouts, you know. But maybe they're not doing this for everyone. Maybe they're doing this for certain people. Like maybe there's just certain fighters or generic fighters, like let's say like John Jones can walk out to whatever he wants, but if you're just like on the prelims, you walk out to like generic Russian music 4 or whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like that. I don't know. But even UFC fighters aren't safe from Def Rebel. I don't think Def Rebel's going anywhere anytime soon, but funny no less. So here's Stone Cold Steve Austin cooking a UFC fighter, or just cooking. So this is Brendan Schaub. This was on The Fighter and the Kid years ago. And Schaub is a dude who just talks shit about pro wrestling and then pretend he likes wrestling when his agents book him Rey Mysterio on his show, or Miz on his show, or Stone Cold or whatever. And so Stone Cold goes off on, like, I don't know, took the time to let him know on his show. But it wasn't hostile. He did put Brendan Schaub over, but this was also around the time when Rogan, what you gonna do? Hollywood Hulk Rogan, brother. You know, Rogan was also sort of trashing pro wrestling at the time. And yeah, this was Stone Cold's response to all of that at the time. This was probably like 5, and then Rogan started having wrestlers on too, because wrestling's fucking lit and popular again. And they're like, oh shit, we need numbers. Get Ric Flair in here. You know, it's just the truth.
If anybody in a MMA world or a UFC world or whatever ain't got no respect for the business of pro wrestling, or just the lifestyle and the brutality of it, I would invite you to take your training camp to a different town and train in a different town every day, just like the WWE people do. Just follow them around and train in different camps every single day, then go home on a couple of days that we give you, and then get back on the road, take that training camp, and get ready for a big-ass fight. When you throw the travel at it and you ain't got no posse of 5 to 10, 15 people taking care of your ass, it's just you running solo, go do that. Yeah. And then do it for 10 or 15 years and then report back to me, because I want to see what the science and the lifestyle taught you about what the fuck we do.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll take a Pepsi challenge on that with anybody.
I don't want that.
And you know, here's the thing. You take different guys. Like, man, if I was to haul off and hit you right now with a working punch, I would hope that you would barely feel it, and I'm barely going to feel it, because we're trying to go down the road and take money. Yeah. You know, make money together. We're using.
See, dude, and Stone Cold just saying that, so like, we're trying to go down the road and make money. That's what wrestling is at the end of the fucking day.
I trust
And Stone Cold's like, goddamn kid, I might crash my ATV into you.
you trust me. But in that, the backdrops, all the damn, throws off the top turnbuckle that Ric Flair took over the history of his career. All that shit is like interest. It compounds daily.
Oh, yeah.
People look at that mat. Hey, that's kind of like a trampoline. Fuck you. It ain't no trampoline. You land wrong. And all your vertebrae and everything gets all twisted up. It's the toughest job I ever had from just a travel standpoint, just being in the grind. Dude, I've dug ditches. I've worked on lease crews, all
college football,
clean up stuff, college football. I've done all that. It's the most.
Yeah. Ride through the city like Brendan Schaub. So the trailer for The Smashing Machine starring The Rock has been released. Now, guys, this movie looks incredible. It was made on a A24 budget. The Rock is going for Academy Awards and shit now. He's sort of gotten a bit of good graces back in Hollywood. Like, he's gotten his second chance now to pull the trigger on, okay, I'm not going to do family bullshit comedies. Like, he's been, what was that one that came out? Red One or Red Note or Red Santa or whatever that shit was, right? That came out on Netflix. I'm not saying you'll never do a movie like that again, but doing the superhero shtick and the action, I'm fighting a giant gorilla and it's an adaptation of that Rampage movie and stuff, or that Rampage video game rather. I think he's gonna, like, he's in a Scorsese film that's gonna start shooting soon. I think they might be in pre-production already. Like, Rock's been in Hawaii. It's where he's been at. So, or in and out of there for sure. But yeah, he's playing some like a Hawaiian mobster in this movie. And this Smashing Machine. Now, if you're unfamiliar, it's the story of Mark Kerr. Mark Kerr was an MMA god, but early on, he was just steroided to the gills. He has a tremendous documentary about his life. I encourage you all to go watch it. And Mark Kerr's still alive to this day. And he had a terrible drug addiction to pills and stuff for pain and everything. And he may have pro wrestled. He may have had some work shoots, but he was in UFC early on, Pride, all of these organizations. And I'm telling you, as a mark of all of this stuff, I don't know how we're going to fare playing a movie trailer either. So wish me luck. If this gets clipped out, me watching this trailer and reacting to it, if it gets clipped out, it'll be on my Patreon. Okay. But YouTube might make me clip this out. So yellow flags. But either way, yeah, this looks phenomenal to me. This trailer, just even like the way they're filming the footage of him in like Pride and stuff. It's like, God damn it, man. This looks really good. And A24 is interested in these MMA stories and these pro wrestling stories and stuff. And I think this movie, The Rock is trying to make a run at perhaps a nomination or something like that. And then the next one with Scorsese, I mean, he'll, that's why you do those types of pictures. Also, Scorsese has, like, Rock isn't at Mania, dude. Like, Scorsese has stuff where, I mean, this is all allegedly as well. I mean, who knows? This is just stuff you hear around, right? Working around, this or that guy. You hear, like, Scorsese, let's say you're someone who's been in his movie, or like Robert De Niro or something. He'll make you sign shit where, like, you can't go jet ski with your family or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do shit, like, not even just wrestlers, let alone wrestlers. You guys get what I'm saying? Let alone wrestlers. But if you're just like a regular dude, it's like, no, you can't go horseback riding and shit. Like, you can't fuck this picture up, because he's one of those guys. Like, he's a revered director and stuff. It's like one of these guys who, when he gets the vision in his head, that's the vision, So The Rock was never going to be at Mania. I don't think he'll ever wrestle again. I think he's cooked. I think we saw what The Rock was cooking there last Mania, and that was it. So if that was it, thank you, Rock. Fuck you for fucking up this last Mania a little bit, but I'm still a fan, and I'll never forget the vibes of 40, though. You'll make that one of the greatest Manias of all time. But anyways, let's watch this trailer. Hopefully we don't get picked, plucked, and pulled. But here's the Smashing Machine starring The Rock, and this looks phenomenal. And he put shit on his face, so he looks more like Mark Kerr, because believe it or not, Mark Kerr is even giganticer and steroidier than The Rock ever was. So let's watch this.
Probably looking at my eyes.
How did that happen?
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate
Like that shit looks phenomenal. Other than the ropes, I feel like are just a little off. But
Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is.
See, he's got the Mark Kerr. Sorry, I'm pausing a lot, but listen, A24 and snipe me. But listen, he's got the Mark Kerr. Go watch the documentary, man. You can tell The Rock studied it, and he got juicy for this movie, like Mark Kerr level juicy.
The best he has ever seen.
Mark Kerr was even bigger.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kerr?
Oh, we go way back. But he's a buddy of mine.
Come on, baby. Too much?
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his Octagon debut, Mark Kerr.
Oh man, just the set build on that UFC, dude. I mean, that is amazing. Wow. So they obviously, got the UFC involved in this to some degree as well. Of course, he sponsors, The Rock sponsors UFC shoes, I think. All the athletes wear Project Rock shoes. I think that's what it's called, and I'm not joking. But yeah, man, this is phenomenal. I hope they don't fuck with history. Like, there's that one movie where they had the one guy fight like a Russian or whatever in the UFC. He was like, no, dude, he fought a Canadian guy named Gary Goodridge. He's a big giant black guy. It wasn't a Russian. So they play with that. I can't remember what movie that was. But yeah, I hope they don't play with anything like that. But goddamn, man, I think The Rock's really gonna go for an award with this one. He's got, if you guys go watch Mark Kerr's mannerisms, the way he sort of like leans forward and that, like The Rock studied it and has it down. I'm telling, and yes, I'm pausing a lot because I want to keep this on YouTube.
Winning is the best feeling there is.
Ryan Bader, by the way, legit UFC fighter in The Rock's corner, also Bellator two division champion, heavyweight and light heavyweight. He left the UFC on a winning streak. I believe one of his last losses was to like John Jones, and then he went to Bellator, won the heavyweight and light heavyweight titles simultaneously, knocked out Fedor Emelianenko.
It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No money.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Bas Rutten, legendary MMA fighter and actor. He's been in like Here Comes the Boom with Kevin James and stuff.
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Don, would you like?
No.
They're handing them out like candy. Let's all get in. Everybody get in. Yeah, Don, can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him?
And she's crying behind the lens. This movie looks so good, and that's Usyk
before
right
he
there.
hurts me?
Yes, there were times, I'm sure you.
Yeah, the music will fuck me big time.
Grand Prix to crown the greatest fighter in the world. He has come back from the brink. Let's see if he can pull out a victory over Mark Coleman.
Damn, Mark Cole. Who do they got playing Mark Coleman?
You've spoken to either about fighting.
They didn't show who was playing Mark Coleman. That'll be interesting
Such
too.
a good friend for a life-changing amount of money.
I faced it all.
I just need you to let me in.
I took the bull.
Always about you. Only about fucking you.
Even that right there, where he's sitting in the hospital hugging his friend, like even that just looks exactly like what happened because they caught it on fucking camera. Like this moment right here is documented in the documentary, right? So I implore you all to go watch it, then watch this movie, and you'll have a much deeper appreciation for it and for Rock's performance. Because already in this trailer, I'm like, fuck, man. He just his mannerisms. Even that little scene where he's like bald Kerr. It's like, holy shit, dude. They made him look just like Kerr. It's pretty crazy.
Let's fucking go. Big strong man. I love you.
I think he wants your autograph.
Sure, no problem.
No fighting.
I am down like a clown, Charlie Brown, and that was miscellaneous news, ladies and gentlemen.